Hey guys, today we will learn about mask mandate and we will talk about and think about it. As you know, the US, the new school year starts in fall. So September or August are the time where new school years commence, right? So, among the parents, there has been a heated debate over the mask mandate. Some parents, they don't want their kids to mask up at school. Other parents, they really want their kids to cover their face at school. So there has been a huge controversy over the mask mandate. Okay, I see the both frustration where they are coming from. So one side, they don't want their kids to mask up because, especially if you have the younger kids, their lungs are still developing, right? And covering the face all day long, definitely harmful for their development. The other side, I totally understand. They want their kids to stay safe from the virus. That's why they want to cover their face, right? So I totally understand both sides. So let's listen to the news and try to understand. So let's get started. Listening starts.
Away! You are not masking your children.
The debate is raging all over the country, and parents are making their opinions well known.
I don't think anyone's thinking logically anymore. I think they just let this really just run crazy with masks. It's over. We don't need it anymore.
Districts issued their own policies last school year, and Bucks County, Pennsylvania was mask optional. But on Tuesday, a protest broke out at a press conference held by parents who say the spread of the Delta variant, along with the CDC's new guidance, is enough to make this year mask mandatory.
In another couple of weeks, it is likely to be even worse.
But others say a repeat of masks in the classroom will be detrimental. Stafford County, Virginia is considering a full mandate.
My 8th grader this past year went into a deep spiral depression because of virtual learning and because of masks when we went back to school. Not only did we suffer the deep depression, we suffered severe germophobia. I can't even touch him. I can't even hug my child.
In Leon County, Florida, the district is sticking to masks optional, despite opposition from many, including this teacher.
What are our students, teachers, staff, and community worth? Will we look back on this year and say we did everything we could to keep them safe, or ask why didn't we mask? Why didn't we act when we had the chance?
School officials find themselves endlessly caught in the controversy.
But when we have colliding forces from the federal government to the state government from the CDC to our local departments of health, we're trying to navigate all of those forces.
Some districts say they are waiting a few more weeks to decide what their masking policies will be. Others caution that any decision made now could change with updates to CDC guidance throughout the school year.
Yeah, that's the listening that we're gonna study today. Okay, yeah. So let me explain the vocabulary first, and then we will go from there. So when we are talking about mandate, okay, so mandate is you make someone compulsory, right? So 의무화하는 거예요. So mask mandate means mask를 school district에서 의무화시키는 거죠. So everybody required to wear the mask. So requirement나 마찬가지요. 요구하는 거죠. Mask mandate. Also, when you talk about mandate, that can be used as a noun and verb as well. 자, 명사로도 쓰이고 동사로도 쓰여요. So you can say mandate the mask or mask mandate. Or you can say make mandatory. So mandatory means 강제화시키는 거예요. So compulsory. Okay? And then, these days, since the pandemic started, kids are learning in person or virtually, right? 자, 그래서 in person 하면 직접적으로 대면 수업이죠. So when you're talking about 대면 수업이라고 하실 때는요, in person learning이라는 단어를 써요. 자, the opposite, 반대로 virtual learning, online learning, remote learning 하면 자, 비대면 수업이라고 할 수 있어요. So my kids are learning virtually. My kid has online learning. My kid has a remote learning. 이렇게 표현하시면 돼요. 자, 지금 viruses going around. 자, 특히 Delta variant, 우리 델타 변이체라고 하죠. It's going around in the USA too, right? So they say Delta variant is more transmissible. 전염성이 강하다라고 하죠. 좀 더요. Contagious나 마찬가지예요. Contagious, infectious, transmissible. Okay? And then the next vocabulary, it doesn't show up in the news. 자, 이거는 뉴스에서 나오지 않지만 요즘 mandate, 의무화, vaccine mandate 하면서 너무 많이 쓰는 단어들이에요. 그래서 알아주셨으면 좋겠어요. I want you to know. Be eligible to는 어디에 자격이 있어요? So kids under 12 are not eligible to the vaccine, right? 자, 그래서 12살 이하의 어린이는요, there's no eligibility. They don't have the eligibility for the vaccine을 받을 자격이 없다는 뜻이죠. 자, 그거 알아두시고요. 자, when you listen to the news, there is a vocabulary that are very important. I want you to memorize it. harmful은 다 아시죠? 자, harmful이랑 똑같은 단어랑 표현이 나요. detrimental. I want you to remember that. detrimental. So harmful이라고 똑같은 단어로 잘 알아주셨으면 좋겠어요. 자, rage. 정말 anger. break out the anger 하면 rage. 분노하다는 표현으로 쓰이죠. 자, 여기서 어떤 parents가 when she explains about her son, 아들에 대해서 설명할 때 자, 우울증이라는 표현을 했어요. depression, right? depression이라는 표현을 했고, 자, 그 중에서도 spiral. 자, spiral 하면 여러분 이렇게 동글동글 돌아가는, 뭐라 그러죠? 그 나선형이라고 하죠. 그래서 spiral depression 하면 정말 굉장히 심한, 정말 그 속으로 들어갔다는 얘기예요. 그렇죠? 그래서 spiral depression, deep depression이라고 마찬가지예요. 자, 왜 그랬냐면 요즘, they are fear of the virus a lot. 자, 사람들이 바이러스에 대해서 너무 공포스러워해요. 그래서 germophobia. 그래서 germophobia 하면 공포증이라고 하죠. 그래서 germ 하면 원래 세균이잖아요. 그래서 어떤 세균에 대해서 fear, 굉장히 frightened, 두려운 거예요. 그래서 germophobia가 생겼다고 말하죠. 여러분 알고 있는 것 중에서 I think that's very popular, acrophobia. acrophobia 하면 우리 고소공포증이라는 얘기죠. So that goes to this one too, germophobia. 알아두시고요. 자, this one is very popular expression. 자, 이 표현 너무 잘 쓰죠. 어디에 붙어 있을 거야, 고수할 거라고 해서 stick to. So some districts stick to the mask optional. 그래서 그 학교 디스트릭에서 원래 마스크가 옵셔널이었는데 계속해서 그렇게 할 것입니다. 라고 해서 stick to라는 표현으로 썼습니다. 자, controversy, 아시죠? controversy. The mask mandate has been controversy. The vaccine mandate has been controversy as well, right? So it's a controversy. The last part of the news article, there is a colliding force라는 표현이에요. colliding. collide 하면 두 차가 부딪히거나 충돌하는 거예요. 그래서 colliding forces 하면 굉장히 충돌되는 힘이에요. 왜냐하면 the federal government, we have a federal government, 중앙 연방 정부가 있죠. We have the state government, 주정부도 있죠. We have a local health department. They all say the different things at the same time. 다 각각 저희들한테 뭘 하라고 말하고 있어요. So that is the colliding forces, right? So I think the biggest problem these days, 제 개인적으로는요, 가장 큰 문제가 people don't know where to turn to get the most accurate information. 어디서 가장 좋은 정보를 얻어야 되는지 모르는 게 가장 큰 문제점, problematic 같습니다. 자, okay. So without further ado, let's study one more time. We're gonna listen and talk about it. Let's listen.
No way, you are not masking our children.
No way, you're not masking our children, right? 여기서 mask는 동사로도 쓰였어요, 그렇죠? You're not masking our children. So these parents are opposed to the mask mandate. 자, 이 부모님은 마스크 쓰는 거에 대해서 굉장히 반대하고 있어요. 저 no way, you're not masking our children.
The debate is raging all over the country.
The debate, whether the mask mandate or not, has been raging all over the country. 그쵸? 전국적으로 이거에 대한 디베이트, 논쟁이 굉장히 끌어오르고 있다. 굉장히 뜨거워지고 있어요, 논란이요.
Raging all over the country, and parents are making their opinions well known.
And parents are making their opinions well known. 자, 부모님들은 그들의 의견을 well known, 알리고 있어요, right? So you can say the parents are making their opinions well known or parents are having their opinion heard 라고도 많이 쓰이죠. 그쵸? 그들의 의견을 알리고 있습니다라는 표현이죠.
Country and parents are making their opinions well known.
I don't think anyone's thinking logically.
Did you hear? I don't think anyone is thinking logically anymore. 자, logically 하면 논리적으로, 그렇죠? 그래서 I don't think anyone is thinking logically anymore. 사람들이 더 이상 논리적으로 생각을 하고 있지 않아요. Right? So I usually say to people sometimes if I don't like them, you are not thinking logically. 너 논리적으로 생각하고 있지 않아. 이런 표현 쓰죠. You are not thinking logically.
I don't think anyone's thinking logically anymore. I think they just let this really just run crazy.
I think they just let this run crazy. 여기서 this는 mask mandate이에요. mask이에요, right? So they just making this run crazy, go crazy, right? 굉장히 정말 그냥 미친 것처럼 이거를 다루고 있다는 표현이죠.
I think they just let this really just run crazy with masks. It's over. We don't need it anymore.
It's over. We don't need it anymore. Right? 그래서 여기까지 들으시면 those parents who don't like mask mandate, they are against mask mandate, right?
Districts issued their own policies last school year and
The district make their own policy the last year. 자, 미국에서는요, school district으로 따지죠. 그렇죠? The district issued their own policy last year. 작년에는요, 각자 알아서 학교별로 결정할 수가 있었어요.
policies last school year, and Bucks County, Pennsylvania was mask optional.
The Bucks County, Pennsylvania was mask optional. 그렇죠? 자, 작년에는 마스크를 옵셔널로 갔습니다.
But on Tuesday, a protest broke out at a press conference.
But Tuesday, the protest, 시위가 broke out, 발생했어요. 그렇죠? 우리 급작스럽게 발생하다 그러면 broke out, break out, 이런 표현 쓰죠. The protest broke out at the parents' conference.
But on Tuesday, a protest broke out at a press conference held by parents who say the spread of the Delta variant, along with the CDC's new guidance, is enough to make this year mask mandatory.
그렇죠. 자, parents가 뭐라고 주장하고 있어요? The Delta variant, right? The increased Delta variant, along with the CDC guideline, right? The Delta variant가 성행하고 있고, 그 다음에 CDC guideline에 따라서 어떻게 해야 돼요? Make this year's mask mandatory. 강제적으로 의무화하자라는 제안을 했어요. 그러면서 시위가 시작됐죠.
Broke out at a press conference held by parents who say the spread of the Delta variant, along with the CDC's new guidance, is enough to make this year mask mandatory.
In another couple of weeks, it is likely to be even worse.
In another couple of weeks, 그쵸, 다음 2주 동안 it is going to be even worse. 더 심하게 될 거야. 지금 바이러스가 even worse. 굉장히 the worst. bad의 비교급인 거 아시죠? 더 나빠질 거고요.
But others say a repeat of masks in the classroom will be detrimental. But others say a repeat of masks in the classroom will be detrimental.
But others say the repeat of mask will be detrimental. detrimental. 들으셨죠? 하지만 마스크를 재착용하는 거, 작년에 했고요. 이번에 다시 한다 그래서 repeat of mask 이거죠. classroom will be detrimental. detrimental. 굉장히 해로울 것이라는 표현입니다. 다시 한번 들어볼게요. detrimental.
But others say a repeat of masks in the classroom will be detrimental. Stafford County, Virginia is considering a full mandate.
The Stafford County in Virginia is considering, 우리 consider하면 고려하고 있죠. full mask mandate. 즉 의무화를 고려하고 있습니다.
My 8th grader,
자, 그랬더니 한 parents가 와서 protest 시위를 하고 있어요. 그러면 안 된다고요. 자, this is very emotional. 굉장히 감정이 섞인 이야기예요. So let's listen one more time what the parents, what the mom says about her son.
Full mandate.
my 8th grader this past year went into a deep spiral depression.
My 8th year son, 8th grade죠. 8학년짜리 아이가 the last year went into the deep spiral depression. 작년에 굉장히 우울증에 빠졌어요.
Because of virtual learning
왜요? Because of virtual learning. 자, 온라인 수업 때문에요.
and because of masks when we went back to school. Not only did we suffer the deep depression,
Because of mask, when we went back to school, we not only suffered from the depression. 자, 그 다음에 우리가 suffer 하면 뭐뭐로 고생하다, 고통받는다죠. Deep depression으로 굉장히 고통받을 뿐만 아니고 not only did we suffer the deep depression.
Did we suffer the deep depression? We suffered severe germophobia.
We suffer severe germophobia. 아까 세균 공포증이라고 그랬죠? 자, 세균 공포증으로 suffer. 굉장히 고생했고, very suffer, right?
I can't even touch him.
I can't even touch it. 아들을 만질 수조차 없어요. 왜냐하면 spread the germ. 점이 번질까 봐서요.
I can't even hug my child.
I can't even hug my child. 안을 수도 없어요. 그쵸? 우리 코로나 바이러스 때문에 social distancing, we're gonna practice social distancing practice 하고 있잖아요. 그쵸? 사회적 거리감이요.
In Leon County, Florida, the district is sticking to masks optional, despite opposition from many, including this teacher.
자, in Leon County in Florida, the district is sticking to the mask optional. 자, sticking to 뭐를 고시하는 거죠? 자, 마스크를 optional 선택사항으로 고려하기로 결정했어요. 자, 이렇게 결정해도 또, the opposite side가 반드시 있어요. 반대편이 있죠.
Despite opposition from many, including this teacher.
Despite the opposition from many teachers, including this one. 자, 이 선생님은 mask optional에 대해서 굉장히 반대해요. Against it, right? So let's listen what she says.
What are our students, teachers, staff, and community worth?
What are our teachers, students, and staff member and community worth? 무엇이 가치가 있겠는가죠? 이런 사람들한테요. Worth.
Well, we look back on this year and say we did it.
When we look back this year and say 우리가 나중에 이 한 해를 되돌아봤을 때 when we look back this year and say
Well, we look back on this year and say we did everything we could to keep them safe.
We did everything to keep them safe. 우리가 학생들을 keep them safe. 안전하게 지켜주기 위해서 모든 걸 했냐 이거 있죠.
Well, we look back on this year and say we did everything we could to keep them safe, or ask why didn't we mask? Why didn't we act?
And ask why didn't we mask? 우리가 마스크를 왜 안 썼을까? Why we didn't act? 왜 행동하지 않았을까? When we had a chance, 우리가 기회가 있을 때.
Why didn't we act when we had the chance?
자, the language is beautiful. I like that. 자, 표현은 너무 좋죠, right? Why didn't we act when we had a chance? 우리가 기회가 있었을 때 왜 행동을 하지 않았을까? Why didn't we mask? 우리가 왜 마스크를 안 썼을까? In order for them to keep safe. 안전하게 유지하기 위해서요. So this teacher really won the mask mandate.
School officials find themselves endlessly caught in the controversy.
그죠? School official, 자, 우리 학교 관계자들이요, find themselves caught in the controversy. 어떻게 할지 몰라요. They don't know what to do, right? Because both sides have their own opinions and they cannot decide whether they do the mask mandate or mask optional. Any decision they're gonna make, the parents will protest, right? That's why they don't know.
School officials find themselves endlessly caught in the controversy.
But when we have colliding forces,
When we have colliding forces, right? 우리가 충돌하는 힘이 여기서 저기서 다 올 때요. When we have colliding forces.
from the federal government to the state government to from the CDC to our local departments of health, we're trying to navigate all of those forces.
Yeah, the school is trying to navigate. 자, 길을 마련하려고 해요. 그쵸? Among the all of forces. 이 힘 사이에서요, right? So that means they try to figure out what to do, right? They are struggling to make the decision for, everybody, right? That's what school districts are experiencing right now.
We're trying to navigate all of those forces.
Some districts say they are waiting a few more weeks to decide what their masking policies will be.
Some school districts are still waiting a few weeks to deciding where their, mask policy will be, right? Some school districts are saying they are still waiting a few more weeks to decide where their masking policies will be. Oh, I'm sorry, that's masking. 자, mask policy가 뭔지 결정하기 위해서 몇 주를 더 기다릴 거고요.
Some districts say they are waiting a few more weeks to decide what their masking policies will be. Others caution that any decision made now could change with updates to CDC guidance
But other caution, 다른 school district은요, caution 경계하고 있어요. Any decision made now, 지금 결정을 했을지라도 맞는 결정도 could change with the update to CDC guideline. 자, CDC 가이드라인이 다시 나오면, 지시사항이 다시 나오면 바뀔 수 있다는 표현입니다. This is for today, right? This is the new cycle. What do you think? If you are parents or if you are student, what do you think about the mask mandate? I'm pretty sure you have your own opinions about it, right? But I'm not gonna give my opinions. I'm not gonna give my political, perspective either. But here, I want you to study about it, English, right? I want you to enhance your vocabulary as well. Okay, so as a wrap up, 마무리로요, we're gonna try to come up with a sentence, okay? For example, this one. So, there has been, right, the controversy has been raising across the country, right? The debate has been raising or is raising all over the country. The parents are making their opinions known. Parents are letting their opinions known, right? So parents are making their opinions well known. We need to think logically. Right? So everyone needs to think logically. Some districts make the mask mandate this year, right? Some school districts make this year mask mandate, or you could say make the mask mandatory. Make the mask mandatory. Other districts stick to the mask optional. Other districts are sticking to the mask optional. They think that wearing the mask is detrimental for kids, right? Wearing the mask will be detrimental for kids. I want you to remember detrimental. Why we didn't act when we had a chance? Why did we act when we had a chance? Okay, so this is about mask mandate, and I'm gonna talk about heated debate next time as well. I will come up with the vaccines next time. Thank you for listening, and I want you to repeat and practice so you can improve your English. I'll be back with another lesson next time. Bye, guys.